Hit it.
You ready?
Running.
Darryl, I'm so glad to meet you and stuff. You're one of my favorite Mets of all time. And especially in the year of 1986, when you had people like Gary Carter, Hernandez, the pitchers they had. It's just so awesome that I'm actually standing next to you. And you were really Hall of Famer. And what you did today for the Fern House, I want to tell everybody, whatever proceeds he made today, he's donating it back to the Fern House. That's what kind of a gentleman Darryl Strawberry is. And Darryl, I was on the internet, asked someone what question would they ask Darryl Strawberry. And the one question that they seem to ask is, what's the difference between you being on the Mets and the Yankees or other teams in the clubhouse? How is your feeling on that?
Well, the difference is it's still New York, but I think it's a whole different belief system over in Yankee land than it was, for the Mets. The Mets ran the town in the '80s, and we wasn't underneath the Yankees. We were above them, but now the Yankees are above the Mets, and they just have to really believe the fact that they can win.
You think the Yankees are above the Mets now?
Yeah, well, you got to win. I mean, neither team has won, but the Yankee history I'm talking about. The Met history has got to come back to the attitude of knowing how to win and stop worrying about what everybody else is thinking about. You go out there and play baseball, play hard, and beat the crap out of the teams that you're supposed to beat.
You beat the hell out of the crap out of the ball. I know that.
Well, that's how we were. When we played, we were different. We had a different mentality, we had a different mindset. We are the Mets. We own this town, and we're gonna play at the best level and try to win for our fans. And I think that's what's important. And you got to have that type of attitude when you play in New York. It's different everywhere else. LA has done a great job with what they've done. They put back-to-back championships. Because they believe in winning, and that's what's going to happen. Has to happen for the Mets. They're going to have to know that.
You're a true Met, and how you were rooting for Pete Alonso is so great. And
I'm a true Met. Yeah, I'm never going to be anything else.
Out of all the teams you're on, you're the final thing is the Mets.
Yeah, the final thing is the Mets. That's my homegrown team. I grew up with that organization when I was young and went through the minor leagues and established myself and learned how to play the game throughout all the different coaches that had a big part of me coming up and playing in the big leagues, and then have Jim Frey there, and then have Bill Robinson and Buddy Harrison and Bobby Valentine and Davey Johnson as the manager and Mel Stoudemire. All those people made it better for me when I was in Queens to perform at the highest level and become a star in the game.
Yeah, you and Kingman were a lot like it.
I was with Kingman my first year in 1983. Kingman, Seaver, all those guys, Craig Swan, Ron Howard, they were all on their way out, and I was the newcomer that came in '83. Then we got Hernandez in the trade from St. Louis.
Oh, one of the best trades. And the trades that they made, Phyllis Beyond, Gary Gentry, and they made some good. Staub was my favorite in them days too. Did you ever play with?
Yeah, I played with Rusty. Rusty was a pinch hitter when I played, so we played with him at the end of his career. Yeah, so.
And Gary Carter. These are great trades at the Mets.
Yeah, Gary Carter was one of the best trades. We don't win the championship without Gary Carter. Gary Carter was a plus. Not only as a baseball player, Gary Carter was a man. A man of faith, a man of strength.
You don't win without Mookie Wilson or Bill Bucky.
We don't win without none of these guys. You have the whole team, the chemistry of a whole team to win. Yeah, and that's what the '86 Mets were about.
And the last thing I don't want to take the time of your wife concern and stuff. What did you left her in Illinois?
No, she's home in St. Louis, and she's got the family around her. Our kids are there, looking out for her while I'm on the road. I'm not on the road much at the end of the year. And thank God, thank God that she's recovering. Thank you for all the prayers and all the people concerned. It's really been healing for her and healing for me.
She went through chemotherapy?
No, she's not in chemotherapy. She's just recovering from some serious surgeries. She had to have back to back, and it's life. And it's going to show up. Just like me 2 years ago having a massive heart attack. Life is going to show up, and we have to be able to know that everybody's going to go through some kind of some kind of storm, and we just happen to be in one, but we're getting through it. As long as you don't drown in the storm, you're gonna be all right.
You had a massive heart attack. For mine, I got a defibrillated pacemaker. I don't know if you got that or you had stents put in.
I had a stent put in, one stent in the main artery. So I mean, just running
You're a young
life.
guy.
Yeah, but you gotta remember, I played Major League Baseball for 17 years. All that's on your body, and you live a life in addiction. All that's on your body, and at some point in everybody's body, it's gonna start to break down. I don't care who you are.
But how do you feel now?
I feel 100% healthy.
Not all with broken bones or whatever.
I got a few things, shoulders, back, knees from playing ball, that hurts and aches. But I keep getting up and keep going out and keep trying to be a positive affirmation for other people.
And you do that stuff with the religion and stuff. I'm glad you got into that stuff. I'm glad that you got out of trouble and stuff. Your whole life is yours now. Now
Well-
it's time to relax.
Well, it's about grace. God extends that grace to everybody. It's just a matter of who takes it. I was one that was on the other end and decided to take it. Most people don't. And I get a chance to live up under life and travel the nation and do some great things and help a lot of people.
Okay, if there's anything you want to tell people or something.
Yeah, just there's hope.
Yep.
Don't ever give up. Don't quit. No matter what somebody has said, there's still a door open and a plan that God has for you. And just walk through it with Him and let Him take you where He needs to take you.
Listen to Darryl, the guy's smart. He's the man. Thank you for listening. Thank
All right.
you, buddy.
You got it, buddy.